I've never been so sure of anything before. Just like I'm in this moment, but once alone would be enough. Just take my hands and take mine, 'cause I will always love you through anything I'll do. To talk about different segment, you know, for the engaging about Tope Oginni, you know. Let's talk about love. Let's talk about God. Let's talk about all you need to know before you say I do.
Good day to you, viewers, and you are welcome to another wonderful moment with Tope Oginni on Before You Say I Do. I want to officially welcome you to this week's episode of Before You Say I Do. My name still remains Tope Oginni. To my beautiful singles out there, to those of you who are in a relationship, and for those of you who are about starting a new relationship in this 2020, how has it been with you? How is life? How is your relationship? How is, I hope, there are improvements and good things happening in your relationship. So on this note, I want to say welcome again to this week's episode of Before You Say I Do. For those who are just tuning in, this is Before You Say I Do, and is a relationship program. It's a program that is designed for those who are singles, for those who are in a relationship, for if you're in your courtship stage, if you're already engaged. As long as you are still single, you have not said I do, this program is a must watch for you. On every week we come here, on every week we come to this, we come here on every week to discuss different topics, different relationship topics, you know, to educate the singles, to inspire the singles, to enlighten the singles on all what they need to know about themselves, about their partner, about the relationship they're about to enter into, and about the marriage they are planning to go into. It is taking that there's so many things that the singles need to learn, need to know before they say I do. Also, it is meant to help you to build your relationships, to help you have a strong relationship, healthy relationship that will last, that will stand the test of time, to help you build a godly-centered relationship that will lead to a godly home and a godly marriage. Also, we address questions, we address issues as it is facing relationship every day of their lives. Also, we have two different segments on this program, and the first one is the relationship tips and the recommended book segment. You know, we always provide recommended book segments for our readers in order to further their reading on what they've learned on the program. And for the relationship tips, is just to help you, you know, to know the status of your relationship. This is what we do majorly on Before You Say I Do. Anything relationship is what we do. So if you've got questions, if your relationship is facing crisis, if you are in a troubled relationship and at this point you are confused, you don't even know the way out, you don't know what to do again, Before You Say I Do is a program to watch, because we always encourage even our viewers to send in whatever questions that bother them on the relationship that they are into. So majorly we prepare you, we teach you what you need to know, before saying I do, so that when you are married, you have already been equipped, we have already prepared you ahead of where you are going to, which we believe that you don't know much about it. So this is what Before You Say I Do does to the single. So on this note, once again, you are officially welcome, and to our regular viewers, thank you for always being there. Quickly, I want to go on a short break. When I return, the program continues. Please don't go anywhere, and I will be right back. Welcome back. The program is still Before You Say I Do on Glorious Vision Television of the Apostolic Church, and it is a program that is designed for the singles, for anyone that is in a relationship or you're about starting one. It is a relationship-based program. All what we do on this program is about your relationship, how to have a healthy relationship. Then we help you to prepare ahead of your marital journey. We teach, we educate. This is what we do. So yes, before I went on that break, I said that you should not get up on your seat because the program still continues. So if you are just joining, you have not really missed a lot because the program is just starting. Yes, last week I started a very, very beautiful topic, you know, and I got a lot of comments from. Last week I started a beautiful topic, which I know is of good interest to the singles out there, and I know that it's going to do them a whole lot of good in their relationship if only they can just take to all what I said in my last episode. And that last week was just the part one of it because, you know, it was a very beautiful topic, and I said I wouldn't want to rush it at all. I want to give us time so that we can follow, because it's a topic that every single that is in a relationship or that will be starting a new relationship needs to know. Why? Because we have a lot of people that are married today and they are crying in their marriage because of things that they ought to know and they failed to know, or things that they saw but they just choose to ignore them, and today is holding legal grounds against them. They are saying I die no, they are regretting in their marriage. And that's why I decided to come up with this topic for those of you who are still single, for you that you are already in a relationship and you have not said I do. And today I'll be going to the part two. The topic is premarital background checks. Premarital background checks. That is doing a background checks before saying I do. Getting to know your partner, getting to know much about your partner, you know, going beyond what your partner told you about himself or herself. Doing the check yourself. He has told you so many things about him. She has told you so many things about herself. Now, I want to advise and suggest that you need to do a proper check on what they have told you about them. You know, talk is cheap. Everybody can say, nobody will come out and say negative things about his or herself. People will want to say good things about them so that they can be accepted. Nobody will want to say, I'm a thief, I'm a liar. No. Until you find out yourself, that is the only thing you can get the true identity of that person, or to confirm what he or she has told you. So today, let me just do a quick recap of what we did last week. I said premarital background check. Last week, we talked about the meaning of background check. I said a premarital background check is very, very vital is very, very important in our society of today. Why? Because we are in the electronic age where more and more singles are finding their love on social media, online. There's so many love online these days. There's so many relationships going on online, on social media. You know, people will meet themselves on social media, meet online, and relationships started. Some may not even bother to go beyond the online, to go beyond the social media, to really get to know who this person really is, who they said they are they really what they claim to be? So, and there's so many blind dates these days as well. And we also talked about the importance of background check before marriage. Why do you need to do a background check before marriage? Somebody might say, we already know ourselves. We've been in this relationship for 1 year, 2 years. It doesn't matter. It may be more than 2 years, and you may just discover that if you can just do this premarital background check, you'll be baffled, you'll be amazed at what you will find out about your partner. And I also said that doing a premarital background check does not mean that you are out to destroy your partner or to know the negative aspects or areas of your partner. You will be amazed as well that you will find out some positive aspects of that partner of yours that he or she never told you about. So finding out about who your partner is, has both the negative side and the positive side. So it does both. So I don't want you to see it as if it's about, oh, checking to know if this person is a good person or, I mean, is a bad person. It's both the good and the bad that you will discover. And I also said that there are some countries that they take up this as a business. They charge a certain fee to help you to investigate your partner, to really get to know, some stress. They take the stress of you. What you are supposed to do that you are not able to do, or you don't have the time, or you don't think it is necessary, you can just go to all these agencies. That is what they do. They help you to do this premarital check on your partner. It's not because you don't trust them. It's just because you want to have your peace. You want to have a rest of mind. You want to know that the person that you want to commit your life, you want to commit your destiny into his or her hand, what is. You get what I'm saying? What is not just going into a relationship that you don't know much about that person. That is not what we are talking about. So we're talking about why the reasons for conducting a background check. We talk about to know what the future holds. This is somebody you want to spend the rest of your life with. To confirm the identity. Who is he? Who is she? Are they who they really claim they are? To ensure that your partner is legally single. There's so many married single online on social media. They claim to be single, but if only you can go beyond what they posted on their profile or what they told you, do your check, you'll be amazed to discover that some of these men, they are married. They are not just married, they are married with children, and they are happily married. They are not even divorced. They are not separated from their but maybe probably just want to catch fun, and you happen to be the one they catch. So in order for you not to fall victim of fraud, of scam, of being jilted, disappointed, deceived, you have to just do your background check. Very, very important. Also to get to know your partner's family. I said last week, most of you that you are always running away from your in-laws because my mother-in-law is very strict. My sister-in-law doesn't like my face. My brother-in-law doesn't like my face. I'm telling you, it's better you get to know them. It will just allow you to know whether to go on with that relationship or to stop. It is to enable you to know the family of the person you want to commit your life. You are not just committing your life into the hands of your partner alone, even in the hands of the family members. You are not just marrying you are not just marrying your partner alone. You are also going to be getting married to the parents, to the sisters, to the brothers. Forget about that. I am married to my husband alone. Don't just deceive yourself with that. So you need to know what kind of family you want to marry into, what kind of mother-in-law, what kind of father-in-law, what kind of sisters-in-laws, what kind of in-laws you want to get married to. If you get closer to them, that will help you. But if you keep running away, you don't want to meet them, then after marriage, when you begin to discover all sorts of things, I don't know will come up. I don't know if I had known, I would have done this. So in order to avoid that, and also we also talk about knowing maybe they have some skeletons or some things that they are keeping away from you. That's just a summary of what we had last week. So quickly, today, I said when we come this week, we'll be looking at what are those areas to cover. Talking about premarital background check. What are those areas that you need to cover? The true identity of your partner. Has he or she ever been married before? Do they have kids that they have never talked about to you, that you have never seen? We've had situations where people got married. The man did not tell the woman before that he was once married with kids, maybe divorced, separated, He did not tell the lady. It was after years of marriage that a woman just showed up with grown-up kids. And that was when the man started, now said, I'm sorry, yes, they are my children, I would have told you. But I felt if I tell you, you will leave me, and I don't want to leave you, I love you. That was why, So for that not to happen, you need to really know what kind of identity is this person carrying. You need to know whether they are presently married and they just want to claim the status of single just to get at ladies. You need to really know their true identity. You need to know the name they tell you. There are some people, they lies about their name. Somebody will say, as at the time he met a lady, my name is James. By the time the truth will come out, you discover that it's John. How about that? He will tell you, this is my surname. You discover that it doesn't even have any link with such surname. Please, it's very, very important. They will tell you that, oh, I'm a graduate. You later discover that they don't even have any form of any formal education whatsoever. How do you cope with that when you later discover in your marriage? You may say, I have no choice. I can't just I can't go out of this marriage anymore. But how do you deal with the lies, with the deceit that you have been living with for years? Yes, as Christians, we'll tell you, you have had it, is your husband, forgive him and forget. But is it that easy to forgive and forget for some people? You know, you'll be living with that. You'll be looking at him and you lied to me. We've had situations whereby somebody lied about his genotype status. You know, I've said it before on this program. The man is AS. The lady too is AS. But the guy lied to the lady that he is AA. They ended up married and they have SS as one of their children, which they later discover. So for all this not to happen to you, please try and do your check. Also, you need on through their marital, then another one is marital status or relationship status. Are they married, or have they been married before, divorced, widowed, or are they keeping it as a secret that they don't want you to know? Do they have children that you are not aware of? I have had people saying things like, I never knew he's married, I never knew he was married, he's married, she's married. If you have done a proper background check, you will discover. But most times, people get carried away with what they call lust. With what they call love, rather. And they think that, oh, they are being intoxicated with love. So they don't need, because the man or the lady show them so much love, they get carried away that all what they are supposed to find out, all the questions they are supposed to ask, they don't bother again. He has showed me so much love. Anybody that wants to deceive you, you don't expect the person not to show you love. It will show you love so that you can fall into his or her hand. It will manipulate you to the extent that you will believe that in fact is the best man or best woman that you can ever find in your life. But the only way you can find out if he or she is who they claim they are is when you go ahead and do your check. What about their spiritual history? Another area to cover is spiritual history. You met in the church, or you met wherever you may meet that person. He said he's a born again, she's born again. Are they truly born again? He said, I'm a believer, I'm God-fearing. Are they really God-fearing? Is she really a believer? Is she somebody that loves the work of God? He met you as a chorister in the church. If you are not careful, after marriage, he may be the same person that will tell you that, please, this your choir rehearsal or choir practice is getting too much. It's affecting our home. It's affecting our marriage. When you are supposed to be with me, you are always out there going for rehearsal. This is what he saw, probably what he saw that attracted him to him. Now he's no more interested. He may decide to deceive you to be, just to get at you. There's so many ladies, there's so many men in the church today that they go to churches to look for committed sisters, committed brothers to hook up with. But you can find out who they are if you can just come out of your comfort zone, not to believe that because he saw you. There's some even too that they pretended to be committed and they are not. They are just being committed because they want to get a man to marry in the church. The brother is committed because he wants to be attracted to his sister, and after that their true identity comes out after marriage. You begin to see them. The person that you met in the church, I don't drink beer, I don't smoke. But immediately after your marriage, he started drinking beer, he started smoking. Where did he get that from? So you need to know about their spiritual history. Are they really committed? Are they really God-fearing? Do they love the things of God genuinely? Not after marriage. If you're a person that you have passion for Christ, you have passion for the things of God, and you got married to somebody who is not, after marriage, you know that there will be issues. When you want to say, when they say you should give to the things of God. If he doesn't believe in that, so you want to be spending your money for a pastor, the money that you are supposed to be using to take care of our home, to take care of our children, take care of our family. You know, we have men like that. So if you don't do your background check on his spiritual life, on our spiritual life, there's bound to be problem. God will help you. God will help you, but you just have to try your best. How about medical history? Another area is medical history. What kind of ailments or illness or disease is that person living with? We have a lot of people that are living with one illness or the other, mental problem, they are diabetics, they have ulcer, all this, name all these diseases. If you don't know, if he or she did not open up on it, how would you know? After marriage, when you are supposed to be enjoying your marriage, all these things will now start coming out. You now start seeing all this to start disturbing, affecting the peace of your marriage. If it is something that you know, that you have discussed about, that you have made your checks about it, it's something. I once shared the story that there was a lady that said when he met this guy, she told him that she has fibroid, and the man said, fibroid has solution. Because you have fibroid does not mean the end of the road. There's always a solution to every problem. And the man said, I will not because of that leave you, I love you. And they went out together for solution to fibroid, and they got solution to it. Today, like I said in my last episode, they are happily married today with children. So sometimes most things that we think we can hide, you can only hide it for a period of time. What about, like I said before, what about people, even if you hide it from him or her, you will meet some people in life that you grew up together, you know, in your childhood stage, your youthful life, you grew up with people, your schoolmates, your classmates, they are there. You will meet them in the future, and unconsciously, they can just mention this area in the presence of your spouse. So it's better tell him, tell her. If he likes you, if he loves you, he will say, it's not about that. I love you, and what can we do to get over this? So you need to find out their medical history. What kind of illness, what kind of diseases are you living with? Diabetes, all these things, they have problem. But it will just help your relationship. You know, if you did not tell each other, or if you did not ask questions, when somebody is diabetic, you know there are some kind of food that somebody who is diabetic can eat. So if you did not discuss it with your partner now, after marriage, when she cooks some kind of food that you are not supposed to be, how will you dodge it? If you cannot dodge it and you keep eating those food, one day, the thing will blow out now, and she will get to know. The doctor will say, no, this is not something that just started today. This ailment or this disease has been living with this man or this woman so many years. When they start taking their medical history, you know, they start interviewing you to know, investigating into your medical life, they will get to know, and your partner will not be happy. So it's very, very important that you ask questions. Oh, I'm always having typhoid, I'm always having malaria. Your partner will have known this. When this sickness come up in your marriage, she knows that they've been briefed, they know what to do. Not that what is always wrong with you, you're always falling ill, I don't even know what is wrong with you. And you that you are falling in, you know what the doctor has told you about yourself. Please do your background check on their medical history. Educational history, I've said that. Somebody does not even have any formal education. He doesn't even have school cert, he's a dropout. And they will just go to Oluwole and forge certificates and be carrying that about, just to deceive a lady. Maybe you too, you told me, I want a graduate, I want to get married to a graduate, I want somebody who is an engineer, who is, you know, all those things that ladies we talk about. And you say, okay, if that is what she wants, you will just go to Oluwole and forge one certificate like that, you know, and you begin to carry that about. Maybe later in life, we've had stories like that too, where somebody does not even have any formal education, and he lied to the partner at that point. It was after marriage that everything came out, you know. It was after marriage that they discovered that he was a school dropout. So you can do your educational, you can do your premarital background check on their educational history. Yes, they said he or she will tell you that I went to Unilag. Somebody that went to Unilag, he or she should have course mates, schoolmates. You should know the names of some lecturers. You should know the name of his head of department at that particular point in time when he was in school. If they could not answer all these questions, if they are not able to tell you that, mention to you that this is my course mate, this is my schoolmate, I went to the same secondary school with this person, I went to the same higher institution with this person. If he or she does not have such people around them, then you need to investigate his educational history. You need to investigate. Even if it has been long, I'm here. There are people that we went to secondary school together, even primary school. At least one or two of them, we still talk, we still chat. Then for my secondary school friends, I still chat with so many of them on Facebook. But if you are in a relationship with somebody who does not know how you can say that all through your life in school that you don't have friends. I don't keep friends too, but it's not as if that you will not have people then. You can never tell us that you are alone, and so you need to investigate the educational history so that you will know. It's not as if you want to make a mockery of that person. Like I said, it is just for you to know that you are safe. You are not being deceived. You are not being lied to, believing that this person is this. When there are job openings, when there are job vacancies, because you know that your partner said he went to Unilag, he read accounting, there's job opening for accountancy, and you said you called him and he keeps dribbling you today, tomorrow. I can't even find my certificate again. I don't know what happened. You see? So you need to do. Even though when they bring those certificates, it may be very difficult for you to find out. Even these days, people are forging NYSC certificates. People are forging it. There's nothing that people cannot forge, but God will help you. Like I said, there are ways that you can get all this. Employment and business history. The employment, the business, they will tell you, I've worked at Chevron before, I've worked at Union Bank before. There are ways that you can check now. If truly they have worked in those areas before, there are ways that you can do that. They will come and lie for you. I'm a businessman. Kidnapping is a business, so Yahoo is a business. So when they tell you, I'm a businessman, I'm a businesswoman, what specific business are you into? Let us know. Is it farming? Is it buying and selling? Even if it is buying and selling, they buy people and sell. Please, let us know the specific buying and selling. People will tell you that, gone are those days, they will tell you, I am into clearing and forwarding. What are they clearing? What are they forwarding? They can clear human being and forward human being. But if only you can do your background checkup, you will get to know. There was a story of a woman that got married after 2 children. That was when she discovered that her husband is an armed robber. She did not know until after marriage. The man has been into that business ever before they got married. But he only told her. She said the man told him that he's into business. That all she knows is that he always travel. Some weekends he will travel. He will come back on Monday. Sometimes he will go out, come back in the late. Sometimes it is in the around 10 p.m. that he will be going out. What kind of business is this? What kind of business is this that you go to work by 10 p.m. He will not return until the next day. He said she did not bother to investigate further. Not until after the man was caught and they called the wife that your husband has been arrested, and she got to the station. She was surprised. This is a man that I've been living with for many years with 2 children, and I never for once discovered or knew that this was, but he only told me he's into business. So find out what kind of business. If it is possible, follow them to that business. I want to know a business that I cannot, me, your wife to be, I cannot follow you. Your business partners cannot meet me. Then there's more to it. So if he says he's a businessman, get to know the kind of business, the specific business that they are into. Get to know their business partners. If they say they are working, I am an admin in Glorious Vision Television, is he or she truly an admin? You need to go to GVTV and ask, good day, please, I'm asking for the admin of this place by name, Tope Oginni. You need to know. Oh, you'll be surprised. There's nobody yes, we know Tobiloba Adewunmi in GVTV, but he's not the admin. He's a cameraman here. Can you beat that? But he has told you that he's the admin. If you did not do your proper background check to come to GVTV, you will be all along thinking your man is the admin, and you keep telling people all about that he's the admin. He works as an admin in a broadcasting organization. You need to do your employment and business history check. Thank you. I want to go on this short break. When I return, please don't go anywhere. It's getting more interesting.
We have tasted the sweetness of your kindness, caught a glimpse of your glory in the sun, and the promise in your word, it still reminds us there are greater things to come. If we only knew how deep the ocean of your love, how powerful every drop of blood, how much it costs to rescue us. If we only knew how far the east is from the west, how we are clothed in righteousness, how strong the hands that conquer death. If we only knew. God, your peace is beyond our understanding. Tender mercy like a river flowing through. You wait with patient arms to hold us, desperate for the chance to show us all we really need is you. If we only knew how deep the ocean of your love, how powerful every drop of blood, how much it costs to rescue us. If we only knew how far the east is from the west, how we are clothed in righteousness, how strong the hands that conquer death. If we only knew. We are only scratching the surface. We are barely knocking on the door. We are only scratching the surface of your goodness. We are barely knocking on the door, and you long to show us more. If we only knew how deep the ocean of your love, how powerful every drop of blood, how much it costs to rescue us. If we only knew how far the east is from the west, how we are clothed in righteousness, how strong the hands that conquer death. If we only knew. We are daughters and sons.
Welcome back. The program is still Before You Say I Do on Glorious Vision Television, and the topic we are still looking at is premarital background check before marriage or before saying I do. And we said it is very, very important that you do your background check. And before I went on that break, I was on those areas, you know, I was giving you those areas that you need to do your background check on. And the last one I mentioned was business and employment check. You need to do a check. How about criminal history? Criminal history is another one. You have to do a criminal history on the person you want to marry. It is normal for people to make mistakes. It is not normal, however, to hide this information from the person they plan to spend the rest of their life with. People can and do change. This could reveal records of domestic violence, criminal convictions, and prison terms. Some people have been to prison before. Some people have been convicted before. Some jumped bail. Some have been arrested for domestic violence. You need to ask questions. You need to do your premarital background check so that you will not get married to this kind of human and you start experiencing trouble in your marriage when they start abusing you physically, emotionally, beating you every day. Because like I said, one thing is that it is very easy to do all this background check. It is because sometimes when there are people that sees all these things, and when they tell you, you want to believe that, oh, they don't like the face of that person, or they don't like your face, or they don't want you to get married, they don't want you to have a relationship. You know, those are the things, those are the attitudes that we put up when things that you cannot see, people help you to see these things and they tell you, but you don't want to listen to them. If only you can just take your time and see, you will get to know that what they are saying about this person, it is the fact. So you need to do, for example, imagine you discover that your soon-to-be spouse has a history of domestic violence charges ever before they get married to you, and you never know until after marriage. That means you are not safe. But if you had known before saying I do, it is now left for you to say whether you should go ahead in that relationship, go ahead in the marriage, or say I cannot marry somebody like you who was once a domestic abuser. No. So you need to do that. Even if they have never been violent towards you, not telling you this information is a major warning sign to you that you are not safe. So you need to know, you need to do your background check of his criminal history. Has he ever run terms before? Has he or she ever jumped bail? What criminal offense did he or she committed? I said a story that there was this man. It was on the day of his wedding. He was arrested. Policemen came to arrest him. What offense did he commit? He collected money from somebody that he was going to do a job for the person, and he did not do the job. He ran away, and he never knew that they were monitoring his movement. Maybe they saw the wedding invitation, or they got the information somewhere. And on his wedding day, on that Saturday, the policemen were around. They arrested him on the day of his wedding with his suit, with the wife's white garment, and the wife was so embarrassed. So in order for you not to avoid this embarrassment, to avoid this shame, you need to do your background check before saying I do. You need to really get to know the person you want to commit your life into his or her hands very well, for you to now take your choice whether yes you want to go ahead. Another one is the financial history. Some people, they don't have good habits, good attitude with money. Some people are extravagant when it comes to spending. They spend as if there's no tomorrow. So you need to do your check on that too. You need to know if they have been in debt before. Have they ever been in debt before? Have they ever collected loan from bank which they have never paid, or which they have never finished paying up? You need to know before saying I do. We have seen situations whereby a woman married to a man and they are happily married in their homes. All of a sudden, bankers came and they said that they throw them out of the house. The wife was just looking, what is happening, dear? What is happening? He was asking the husband, and the other, dear, don't worry, I will tell you later. Tell me now, what is actually happening? This is our house. This is our, why? Who are these men? He did not tell the wife to be before they said, I do. So they were chased out of that house. The house was taken over with the property. It was after that he started explaining to the wife that before I met you, I was into a business and I collected a loan from their bank, which I never finished paying up before our marriage. You should have told her. You should have told him. If she or she really loves you, he will say, we are into it together. Let us see how we can pay up this money. And just on a day like that, she will not be embarrassed or she will not be surprised, because it's something that you have already briefed him or her. So when they come up, two of you will be doing the begging together. Give us some time. Not the question of what is happening there. Who are these people? So you need to ask questions. You need to do all this investigation. This can have negative implications on every aspect of your life. From taking out a loan to purchase a new home, your finances will become one. One thing I want you to know is that you should remember that when it comes to finance, the Bible says the two shall become one. Immediately after your marriage, you become one. Forget all about your money. It is your money. It is my money. But his money is our own money. Forget all about those statements. So if you want to follow the biblical standard, the two shall become one in everything. If you can give your body to your husband without any problem, then your money too should not be any problem for you to give to your husband. That is the truth. So you should know that you are now one. In finances, you become one. So if you don't do a thorough background check on the finances, on his financial status before saying I do, you may end up marrying a man that will ruin your life. You may end up marrying a lady that will ruin you financially. Maybe there are things that you've built up before marrying that man, before marrying that lady. If you end up marrying to somebody who you don't really get to know his financial history, he or she may end up destroying your life financially, ground you completely, and there won't be any financial progress in your life. We've had a situation whereby somebody was, already had a building before he got married, and after marriage he was expecting that the wife will join hands together with him so that they can finish that building, and they moved there. But he was surprised that he got married to a woman who doesn't even care about all that. All she cares about is to eat and to dress fine and to spend money. So before you know it, the man could not complete that building for many, many years. Many, many years. All these things are things that you normally see in your relationship, but sometimes you ignore them, or you think that after marriage, I will change her to my to my taste, rather. I will change him to what I want, to what I like. It is never that easy. It may become worse. But if you can do your proper background check, it starts from when the person starts, you are in a relationship, he keeps asking you for money all the time. And the way she's asking for that money, what she normally spends that money on is something that it doesn't worth it. Or he comes to you and asks you, I want to go into a business. He asks you for money. You gave him a lump sum of money to go into a business. Instead of him to use that money on business, he spent it on frivolities. And you say his demand for you, and you say you still want to go ahead and marry such a man. If you are the hard-working lady, you are the hard-working woman, you are an industrious woman, and you go and marry such man, it will end up grounding your life. So you need to do a proper investigation on that area. How about their infidelity area? Is he a cheat or a cheat? While you are in a relationship, you have started seeing the sign. He doesn't stick to one lady. He's always there with so many ladies. You caught him several times. You caught her several times with different men, with different ladies. Do your proper check before saying I do. Because if you think it's going to stop, if you end up marrying him or her, it won't stop. It will get worse. He will not be staying at home. She will not be staying at home. So you need to do your check. If the person you want to get married to is a faithful person, she's a faithful person, is a kind of a person that can stay with a man, that will be faithful with the family, you need to do your background check. It will start from even the family. What kind of family does he or she come from? Does he come from a polygamous home? Does she come from a polygamous home? If he or she comes from that kind of family, you need to consider that too before saying I do. That you ensure that it will not run in your marriage. You need to consider that. You need to ask questions. Don't just meet him online. Don't just meet him on the way. Don't just say because it was my best friend, my trusted friend, my trusted family member that introduced him or her to me, and I trust their judgment. No, they are not going to be living together in the home with you, with that man or that woman. It's your fate, and you have to take it with all seriousness. So you have to check, do you think your wife to be or husband to be is cheating on you? There may be signs that could make you conscious and think on these terms. Don't let a doubt ruin a beautiful marriage. I'm not talking about doubt. You've caught them several times on cheating. Caught them several times cheating on you. You need to do a further check to know what kind of a man or lady is that person. Family background. What kind of a family is he or she coming from? You need to check that too. What runs in their family? Are they nice? Are they good people? Are they accommodating? Are they loving people? Are they prayerful people? Are they godly people? Are they Christians? Are they people that stand by their children in times of trouble? Are they troublemakers? Are they diabolical? Are they fetish? You need to do your background check. There was a lady said today, she's saying if she had been to the husband village, she said she would not have married her husband because it was after they are married and with children that something happened, that they had to travel to the village, that she discovered the kind of village that the husband came from, the kind of family that the husband came from. While they were in a relationship, she did not go. My own mother will always tell her children, immediately you are getting serious and the relationship is heading to marriage, she will tell you, go and find out where this person comes from, the village, go and meet other family members, not just the ones you met in Lagos. Go to the village. The ones you met in Lagos, they are already packaged one. The ones in the village, they are the ones that you need to go and see and know them, because one day something will bring you together and you get to meet these people. Go there. My mother will always tell our girls those days. There are so many people in a relationship now heading towards marriage, 2 years, 3 years. They don't even know where their husband or their lady came from. They don't know their village. They don't know the road to their village. Yes, we say that he told me that they are bad people. They are wicked. They are witches and wizards. They can kill people. Can't you pray together? If you have to go and talk to your pastor. I want to go and know his village. I want to go and know our village. I want to go and meet our family members in the village. Pastor, join us in prayer. Or please pray along with us. We want to go on this journey. But most times, because you want to take it as your duty or as a responsibility, that you can just go and face them like that. That's when the problem comes. So, but just talk to your pastor. I want to go and meet our family members, his family members in the village. Join us in prayer. So when you get there, you see a lot of things that a broken relationship is always good than a broken marriage. Quickly, let's see ways to conduct this background check. I'm sure that's what you'll be waiting for. You can conduct all these checks through trusted family members and friends. Through trusted family members and friends. There are some family members, there are some friends that knows your partner very well. They can tell you more about them. They grew up together. They even gave birth to them in their sight. They know them. So if you get closer to these people, they will tell you more about them. They will open up. That's why you need to be a good person to them. If you are good to them, they will open up to you that a good person like you should not marry somebody like this. They will open up. They will tell you the truth. So you can get to know, you can get to do your background check by talking to trusted friends, your man's friends, your lady's friends, their family members, their extended family members who know them very well. You know, you can just engage them in a discussion. In the course of your discussion, a lot of things will be revealed, and you will just take your own from there. Another one is spiritual check. Spiritual check. Prayer and fasting. You can do your prayer and fasting by yourself. You can go to your pastor and tell them to help you in prayer. You can take names. You know, we have parents that will take the name of their children to pastors. That's another way that you can do your background check. Spiritual means. You can take the name of your partner to your pastor to pray. You can do it yourself by praying and fasting. That God, show me who is this man, who is this lady. Reveal who she is, who he is to me. God will do that. He will. He has done that in the time past for people who ask. that they want to know who their partner is, and God showed to them. So if you do that, you can do your background check again in order for you not to make mistake, in order to avoid disappointment, to avoid scam, to avoid all this lie, to avoid embarrassment, to avoid divorce, to avoid things that will take you away or break you away from your family, from your marriage. You can do spiritual check. Talk to your pastor, let them pray. You can also, the one I mentioned, I don't know if that runs in Nigeria, hiring an agency that will help you. We have people that are into that business. They take the stress of you. They are the ones. Just tell them the areas that you want them to cover. Maybe you cannot do it. It's not that you are not monitoring your partner. Like I said, you just want to know that you are safe before saying I do. You don't want the mistake of the people of the past. You don't want the same thing that happened to your mother or to your father or to your sisters or anyone around you, that they did not get to know who they want to marry and they are regretting. You don't want that to happen to you, and that's why you want to take this extra length to find out, to get to know who the person you want to commit your life. So you can contact any of these people, any of these agencies to help you for a fee, to help you do the check. Maybe sometimes they go to the village of that person, they go to the family house, they mix with friends, they discuss. They wouldn't know. They are detective. They will be among people and they will be talking. You wouldn't know. Before you know this, that one, hey, he was once arrested before. He once abused a child in our community. You know, he is an abuser. You know, you hear stories. People like gossip. People talk a lot. People want to talk. If you give them the opportunity to talk, they will talk. So another one is social media. Yes, I know that people can fake their appearance on social media, but that does not mean that some of you should not do a further check. They tell you they are single. They have friends. By the time they start linking up with some of their friends, you get to see some of their posts. What kind of posts do they make on social media? What kind of comment? You want to marry a lady, and there was a relationship quiz, and this person said something that, maybe they posted something that if your husband did something negative to you, what will you do? And she said, Mike, I can't take that nonsense. So or they posted something like, if your mother-in-law slapped you, what will you do? I will slap my own back, bam. And you saw that. Will you go ahead and marry somebody that will slap your mother? You know, so you have to go to their social media and check their posts, check their status, check their activities, check the kind of friends that they keep on social media. Go to their workplace, meet their business friends. They said they have business friends. They have business friends? They keep telling you, but you have never met any one of them before. Tell them that I want to meet your business friends. After all, our relationship is heading towards marriage. I want to meet them. Who are those people? Who are your who are the people that you are working with? Who are your employees? Who are your staff? Who are your business partners? Let me meet them. Let me get to know them. Where are you working? You are working in GVTV. Let me come and say hi to you. You can decide to pay unannounced visit to where he or she claims that they are working. Come there. You'll find out the truth. So check their workplace, check their business area. You can do so by doing some underground investigation at the person's workplace or business area. People will talk. If they have people that they are befriending, they are going out with in their workplace, you will get to know. If they are deceiving you, if they are just cleaners and they claim to be working, if they are cleaners but they claim that they are personnel manager, they are the accountants. I've had a situation where somebody was calling somebody. I'm in the office now. The person was on the road though. He was working. He said, I guess he was talking to his lady or something. And I heard him saying that, on the road though, I'm in the office right now. In fact, on my table, I have some jobs that I'm doing. I have some calculations to do. He claims to be the accountant of that company. So he was telling the lady, and I looked back. He saw me, I looked back like this and look at him like, what kind of lie is this? And the lady on the other side now has believed that story, that is the accountant. Maybe he's somebody that does not even have a job. He's unemployed. Maybe he was on his way looking for a job, you know. So then pay visits to their village. Very, very important. Go and know their village. Go and meet the family members. It is very, very important. Conclusively, not everything uncovered from the checks results in negative information. Sometimes information collected from premarital background check can yield useful data that can bring you and your future spouse very closer. You get that? Conducting a premarital background check is not a sign that you do not trust your partner. It is a sign that you care about your future life together and that you want your marriage to have a strong foundation, free from lies, free from paranoia, free from deceit, free from scam. Marriage is a one-time affair and hence it should not be taken lightly. With technological advancement, it has become very easy to keep a track of one's personal life and that of your partner. But the life that people show on social media is more often not the same as who they claim they are. So please try and do your premarital background check. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for watching. On this note, we have come to the end of today's episode of Before You Say I Do. Our recommended book for this episode is Read Your Partner Like a Book, Everything You Should Know But Never Thought to Ask by Robert K. Elder. Thank you so much, production crew, for making today's production a success. Thank you, viewers out there, for watching. I want you to go and listen to this all over again and begin to apply them into your relationship. If you have any question on this particular topic, on previous topic, don't hesitate to drop it on that WhatsApp number that is scrolling on your screen. And also, if you miss this episode, you can have the opportunity to watch a repeat episode, or you want to hear it all over again on Saturday at 1 p.m. on this same station. Until I come your way again, I remain Tope Oginni. Don't forget, on Before You Say I Do, we help you to take the right decision before saying I do. Bye.
I've never been so sure of anything before. Just like I'm in this moment, but was alone would be enough. Just take my hands and take mine, 'cause I will always love you through anything I'll do. To took back to different segment, you know, for the engaging about marriage. Tope Oginni, you know. Let's talk about love. Let's talk about God.